Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year again, fall cleaning. Well, in my case, holiday cleaning. Now I clean regularly once a week, but twice a year I actually move every single piece of furniture in my household. Who knew dust bunnies could actually accumulate this bad behind the furniture? Not me. This year seems to be even worse than previous years, and yeah, they're pretty big behind these furnitures. But I am getting to it. This is probably going to take me a week or more to do. So this prep I do just before we're closing up the house for the fall winter season. And I not only move every single piece of furniture, but I wipe down every single last wall by hand. And for the higher parts, I use a mop. And I just use this spray bottle that has some vinegar in it and a little bit of, actually there's some floral in this one that I like. And all I do is just spray it and wipe it down. And I have 10-foot ceilings, so I'm not able to reach all the way up to the top. So what I do when I get up to the top area, and you'll see pretty much where I couldn't reach, I have to get on a step ladder. You saw where I reach with my regular mop, and I'll get on a step ladder and reach all the way up the top. You see the line. And then I'll do my ceilings as well. And that will be it for the walls for about another 6 months. I do this, like I said, twice a year. And yeah, every year it gets, I don't know, more and more taxing because the walls seem to get dirtier and dirtier. And yeah, these stains right here don't come off, and I'm not worried about them because you can hardly notice them. So yeah, on to the rest of my fall cleaning. And last but not least, yes, I do shampoo my carpets probably about 4 times a year because they're light. With the high traffic that we have in our house, I'll do that, and then I'll vacuum them, and then that will be it for the rooms, the bedrooms. And yeah, I'm showing you the depths of what I'm going through. It gets worse before it gets better. And yeah, I didn't want to show this, but you know, this is real life. So I'm moving on to the kitchen now, and this is where I get the brainiac idea of purging. Yeah, who needs all these plastic containers, right? Well, I usually, if it doesn't have a top or a bottom or something's amiss, I usually go through and match everything up. And if it doesn't have a match, it gets tossed. Well, I pulled everything out and everything has a match except for my salad spinner, which I just broke. But I like the basket because it's nice if I go in the garden and I pick a couple of things. It's nice to take out there and I can really wash it really quickly. So even though I went into this thinking I was purging, yeah, no. I pretty much kept a lot of this stuff. So we do brown bagging for lunch. We take our lunch wherever we go. So a lot of this was for that purpose. So the top shelf of this cabinet was pretty easy. Just my canning stuff and some more containers for when I pack lunches. So when you clean out your cabinets and your drawer, you find surprises you knew you had but just couldn't find. And this is the cheesecloth I was looking for. It fell out of the drawer to the cabinet below. So on to the not so hard part, the wiping of the cabinets. And this is why I do not like white cabinets. All that is just residue from the plastics and the pots that I keep down here. It's all scratches. There's no mold or anything, but it never comes clean. I can no matter how much I scrub it, I can never ever really get it clean. As you can see, I've wiped it and it's not coming clean. It's just scratches on this white cabinet. So now onto the drawers. Who knew you accumulated so many gadgets and different things in these drawers? Clips, chips clips, just everything. Well, yeah, I'm not even gonna try. It's all gonna go right back in there. This is kind of gross. Yeah, that is on the bottom. I know what some of this stuff is, but there looks like dried corn in here. This is crazy. I know these little things right here are off of this jar gripper here that I love from the Dollar Tree from years and years ago. But yeah, gross. And once again, that white is never coming clean, even in the drawers. Even I had these lined once upon a time, but then the lining kept getting caught in things and I just pulled it all out. Yeah, it doesn't really come clean. So most of the stuff went back into the drawers, and that is not even my junk drawer. I didn't even touch my junk drawer. I'm not doing that. That's junk. I'm leaving it. So cleaning took 10 days top to bottom, and now it's the night before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday, and I am going to brine my turkey. I've got all my ingredients out for a brine mix that I'm making, and if you're interested, I'll put it in the description box below, the recipe I used. But if not, I'm going to just make my brine here. And yeah, I did all this work just to pretty much dirty up my house again. Yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, it's all for a good cause, right? Family and friends coming together for a good meal. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. So here's my turkey. I put it in a stock pot because I don't have anything bigger than that. That the turkey would fit in and be covered by the brine. And I'm just adding enough cold water that my brine covers it. I am going to do a really unique thing because this stock pot does not fit in my fridge any longer. This new fridge, with the way this shelves adjust, it doesn't fit. So brainiac me, this happened the night before. And so I hope I don't regret this. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know in the morning if it went well or not. So I don't know if you can see this. It's starting to snow. Yep, there's some snow. But because this stock pot will not fit in my fridge, you see how big it is, won't fit in my fridge. And what I've done is bungee cord at the top so you can't get into it. And I have a black trash bag that I'm gonna wrap it in. And it's freezing out here. When I say it's freezing, it's below freezing. And yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for overnight. And I'll bring it into the house in the morning and cross my fingers that it lasts through the night, because I mean, I don't really smell anything, but I'm sure other things have better noses than I do. So it definitely won't be able to bite through this, and they won't be able to get the top off. So we'll see how it goes. We may or may not have a turkey for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So shh, don't tell my family or friends, but by the time this is edited and uploaded, it's going to be after Thanksgiving anyway. So my fingers. So Thanksgiving prep is in full swing. I have made macaroni and cheese, and this was not on my things to do, but I did an extra pan anyway. I did a small pan of beans and rice, not on my list, but I did it anyway. And then this is sweet potato casserole. I used some sweet potatoes from the garden this year. I didn't have that many. It wasn't that great of a harvest, but I did get some, and I used a can. And this is what my recipe is that I used. And I will put that in the description box along with the brine for the turkey if you're interested. I'll probably make it for Christmas. And this is my little flour it up video. So in goes my all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add my brown sugar. I add a pinch of salt. It doesn't call for a pinch of salt, but I think it needs it. And I'm just going to mix those up together. Now this recipe does call for nuts. I don't particularly care for nuts on top of my sweet potato casserole. And so I omit that, and I actually use something else. So in goes my melted butter. And once I get that all incorporated in, I add my ingredient that I substitute out for the pecans. So that is oats, and that's what I like to use on the top of my sweet potato casserole. I like to use oats. You can use walnuts, pecans, whatever you want to use. I don't like nuts that much, and I use oats. I prefer this. So I'm just going to get this all mixed up, and then I'm going to sprinkle it on the top of my sweet potato casserole. I wish I had more sweet potatoes, enough for the casserole, but nobody will know that I actually mixed it with a can. And I'm just going to spread it all around, and we are actually going to bake this pretty much all the way through first, and then put some marshmallows on top and brown the marshmallows, and then it's going to be done. So it was a long stretch to get here, but it was well worth it on the Thanksgiving we had with family and friends. And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving yesterday as well. So happy Thanksgiving, or happy belated Thanksgiving, and flour it up. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays to you. God bless. And remember, stay safe and keep prepping.